the finale of Suikoden 5. Thank you guys for coming in. I can't believe we're at the end. It's been quite the journey, really. As I've mentioned to a couple of people in the past, before we really get going, I decided to start streaming this mostly because I was just getting practice for my Wild Arms finale, which has been a couple of months back now. But I just really enjoyed it, and people seem to enjoy it along with me, so, well, here we are. Of course, I've got the party with me, basically the weak party, as it turns out. And they are a little bit, well, flagging, but as we go into the final battle, everybody will be healed up, so that is encouraging at least. Alright, let's go in, and of course we are the last party to head into the meeting area. So, yeah, let's go. And run into a random battle before we do that, I guess. Okay, well, didn't quite expect that. I didn't think my random encounter was quite on tune there. Alright, well, since I mentioned we are going to heal up before the final battle, I'm just going to go ahead and go all out with this, just to, get these guys out of the way quickly before we head in. Sorry, I gotta laugh at Empty World now because I actually used this attack during the, during my last episode of my blind playthrough, and oh god, it about wrecked me in the boss fight. So yeah, I think I'm going to avoid that. Alright. And I'm glad that you guys think that this has been a good stream. I mean, it's had its issues. It started out very badly because, well, I didn't have, excuse me, I didn't have speed stuff turned on my my PCSX, and yeah, it caused it to slow down massively. Massively when I had more than maybe about three or so enemies on screen along with my characters. So yeah, I had to fix that up, and pretty much from there on out it's gone pretty well. I mean, I've enjoyed it, and you guys have enjoyed it. Hey Bush, thanks for coming in. Glad you could join me. I know we've been chatting it back and forth a little bit on YouTube, but it's always good to see you in here. And time to start trading stuff out, like my beef, which I have no ambition of keeping whatsoever. Hey Tree Jam, thanks for coming in. It's good to see you. Let me get my equipment in play here before we get started. Alright, unfortunately, most of the stuff that's in my inventory now, I'm going to have no need of whatsoever, which is sort of a shame. But let me go ahead and head in. I think we can rearrange equipment and such once everything gets done here. Yep, we are all now present and accounted for. And yeah, we've been hurt a little bit, but hey, we got through it. Ha! Yes, nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, something's coming and it doesn't sound human. Uh-oh. Well, we've been finding plenty of not human stuff. Why does that scare you all of a sudden? But no, George! I want you in the final! I want you in the party! And that is the unfortunate part of this, is we can't take George. Boo! I really like using George, dang it! Alright, now, the way they want us to set this up is this is actually going to be the party setup for the final battle. In addition, this is going to be a lot like the way that it's set up for Final Fantasy VI. It has, of course, your initial party, and then you've got the entourage as well, which, of course, looks normal. But the thing with that is, the party members that you have, if you happen to lose any of the party members in your final battle, they will vanish at the end of their turn, and they will be replaced with somebody in the entourage. So it is imperative that you have strong characters in there, and Boosh, no, I had some idea of who I want to put in there, but I don't have a firm idea of exactly who I want, especially since George is out. You can only take the characters that you brought with you into the ruins. So obviously you can't get at the whole 60 to 70 plus characters available. But given that it warned you in advance to take your strongest characters in there in the first place, it serves pretty well if you, well, take your best characters in there in the first place. I'm going to have Eresh in last, because she has the Resurrection rune, and if it happens that I actually get all the way down to that point, she can begin bringing characters back naturally and help keep the party up. So she's going to be in the last point here. And then, let me see. Alright, well, people I definitely want to take with me in the front party. If I could remember the fact that it's not 10 pages anymore. I'm taking Richard with me, definitely. He is basically the best alternative to George that I have. And he's been serving faithfully up front pretty much the entire game. So, definitely doing that. Nextly, as far as another character, I want to bring Kyle with me. Kyle, one thing that the game does emphasize is bringing in characters that have good physical and magic defense. So Kyle is a little bit down as far as magic defense is concerned. Sorry, reading the comments at the same time. But yeah, so I guess of the characters, he has the best balance of attack and defense, especially with the flowing rune and such. He earned this place on my... He's been earning this place the entire game. Are you kidding? If George had not come along and been as so overpowered as he was, Richard would still be my key front man. Alright, so I'm going to take Kyle with me. And I've got the Prince and Leon, who are, of course are required. So I'm going to go ahead and fill out a couple of magic users for the last of it. And in doing that, I'm going to go ahead... Let's see. Ugh, tough choices here. I mean, because I've got Jean, I've got Vicky, I've got Zarase, Zaris, however you want to pronounce her name, and I've got Levi, all of whom are really freaking good. Oi. Okay, well, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to take Vicky and Jean with me, and I'm going to leave Zarase and Levi for the entourage, just in case I need them. So, let me go ahead and put these two in. And then I think we can get ourselves started with the entourage. Okay. Alright, let me go ahead then and put Zarase and Levi. Now, it's not recommended that you bring any of the entourage characters in, or any of the blue characters, because if they are in, basically it is as though you are leaving them out entirely, or you're opening a space completely. So you definitely want to be careful with that. Alright, now for my last party member, well... It really, I don't know, it comes down to Belkut and Miyakis. Because the others, quite simply, are not as good, I guess. So, I'm going to give you guys, I know I hadn't given y'all much to comment on so far, but I'm going to give you guys the choice between Belkut and Miyakis. Both of them are strong. You notice Miyakis has better defense overall, well, at least better magic defense anyway, and better magic, but Belkut is stronger in terms of attack. So, give you guys a moment to weigh in here to, I guess, make my final decision on this front. Alright, well, I've got 2 votes in for Miyakis. Oh, hello, Nightshade. Thanks for coming in. I didn't notice you dropping into the chat, but good to see you. And it looks like Miyakis is sweeping the board, so we will go ahead and put her into the battle. And let's, I guess, get all this started. Of course, if you want to change it around at the last second, you can if you get jitters. But I'm okay with this party because it's got a decidedly physical sheen to it so far. But I've also got 2 really strong magic characters in the background. And if I need them to come in, I should be in good shape. So, yeah, I think I'm alright with this. Actually, I've got 3 good magic characters. So, we go ahead and get this ready. Yes, I am sure. Yes, thank you for giving me 2 chances to change my mind, I guess. Yep, we're going after what's his face? Doggone it, I forget the guy's name. The scion of the Godwin family. Nah, I more remember Gazelle, because Gazelle's actually a really active part of the game. His daddy, not so much. But, of course, we find waiting for us, well, one last little interaction here. Dolph, the main representative of Nethergate in this game. So now we have to worry about taking him out. Well, actually the final boss is the Sun Rune itself, so I don't really... Marskal! That's the guy's name! Now I remember it, of course. Go figure. I'll just put it this way, if you've been playing this game, you've heard his voice, you will hear it again in the LP that I'm going to do after Suikoden 2, so granted, I'm probably not going to be doing that until I would expect sometime in October or November, whenever I end Suikoden 2, but yeah, just a little bit of a teaser, so to speak. So Leon wants to take care of Dolph, and I figure, let's go ahead and do it. Yes, that actually would be it, Pokemon. That's what I'm going to be doing next, is Tales of the Abyss.
You can't defeat me in that condition. Surely you realize.
I won't know until I try.
Alright. Oi.
Here I come. See how you hold up. You did very well. I guess I should stop going easy on you.
Alright, that's special attack, so defense.
I see right through you.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Do you think you'll be able to do that one more time?
Okay, yeah.
I see right through you.
Oh, good. I'm actually doing okay.
You did very well. I guess I should stop going
Wow,
easy.
okay. Now he's using the same quotes on me.
I see right through you.
Black.
Well, well. What a surprise. I didn't think you'd be able to counter that.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack. Well, crap. Button mash, button mash, button mash!
Just shut up.
Black.
So, you still had that much strength left, huh? But will it last?
Defense. Crap! Well, I was hoping I could do it without him getting a hit on me, but oh well.
Simply withstanding my attacks will never defeat me, you know.
Oh, shoot. I got another one on
What
me.
you're going to do.
Well, crud.
Would you like to try that again?
Nope. I'm attacking. The end of Dolph. Mwahaha.
You did very well. However,
And yes, to go into the discussion that I was sort of not talking during the duel battle, I wanted to concentrate on the quotes. Symphonia is a good game. I have played it, actually played it with my best friend for a while. I don't remember if we beat it or not. But I do remember having beat it, I just don't remember if it was with him. As far as Abyss goes, I really enjoy that too, of course, which is to a great degree why I plan on doing an LP of it. And for Zestiria, I need to look into that because I don't know. I have not seen anything of it, and I want to be able to see more of it before I make a decision. So yeah, I'll definitely have to look into it some more. Yes, Dolph sitting there yik-yakking. I think I might have overdosed. Heh. Well, yeah, I guess so. Why would you overdose? Because I don't care anymore. Or something like that. Oh. Okay, so he killed Marskal's wife? I'm assuming he's talking about Marskal. Yep, okay, that's who it is then. So Dolph basically became a drug addict. Whee! Now the bad thing about this is, well, for him and Nethergate, is the drugs that they were taking make them completely and utterly crazy, and, well, yeah, it just leads to awful things. So, well, not that many drugs do good things if overused, but still. No, I was happy as long as I could keep killing. And that may very well be your quote of the episode. Oi. And then, thank you, Captain Obvious. You're insane. No joke.
Prince!
Get him, Prince!
I'm sorry, Prince. I'm all right. Let's go, Prince.
Now I'm curious to see what the prince actually did to him, because he's just gone. And the only person I know of that has any sort of teleport abilities is Vicky. And Vicky certainly didn't show up to do anything, so did the prince just completely wipe him off the face of the earth? Who knows? Alright, so I guess, well, we really don't have anything else to do but to go in what I assume is the final room.
Is this?
You're earlier than I expected. I guess I underestimated you again. Even though that's precisely the reason our side lost.
Lord Godwin.
Don't worry. The reason I melted that glacier was to lead you all here. I had no intention of flooding Falena. I love Falena as much as you do, you know.
Then tell me, why? Why did you kill so many people? Why did you destroy so many lives? Tell me why!
I wanted Falena to be a strong, prosperous country. I truly did. But I think we became spellbound by the power of the Sun Rune before we even realized it. We started to think that absolute justice was on our side, and that it was all right to destroy anyone who disobeyed. Just like Queen Arshtat. But don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that all of this happened because the Sun Rune bewitched me. Actually, it's more like I chose to let the Sun Rune's power intoxicate me, and in the end, I lost. But what about you, the victors in all this? Can you really say you're all that different from us? Can you swear to me you will pass the Sun Rune on to the next generation without getting lost in its power?
Well, not that it gives us any other choice, but yeah. I mean, we've already seen what it could do. We've been on the receiving end of it. We've seen it with what happened to Lord Lake. And yeah, I think we have a pretty good understanding of the dangers of what is going on. And by the way, I like the prince's man face when he's actually facing something, as opposed to his avatar, which just looks, I don't know, a little more kiddish / looks like a girl, I suppose.
Idealistic youth. If you speak the truth, then prove it to me!
Okay, so we're sort of fighting Marskal Godwin, absorbed into the Sun Rune. But this is it. This is the final battle. Oh boy. Alright, now, first thing I need to be doing on this is, well, I need to start buffing first. So I'm going to actually go about... Let's see. I'm going to go about doing some of the buff actions. Let me see. I don't really have any items here. Alright, now they said I could actually change items, and they were liars, but alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use a co-op attack first with the Prince and Leon. And it mentions I'm not really going to worry about going after these sprites because they can be regened at any time, and they have very high defense, so there's not really much point in dealing with them. Alright, now with everybody else, let me go ahead and use Richard and actually... Okay, now it said I could change the formation too, and it's not letting me, so... Alright. This could be a little bit problematic because what I wanted to have happen was to have Richard in the second position, because the second position person is the one that's going to take all of the attacks, or all of the physical attacks anyway. So I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage, but that's really about all I can do though. So in that case, I guess I'm just going to have to go with it. Alright, let's see. I've not actually used the Flowing Sword rune before, but I go ahead and put this on Kyle. And then for Vicky and company, I want to... Let's see. Okay, it doesn't look like I have much in the way of buffs, which is too bad. Let me go back, actually. Sorry, I keep reversing back here. Alright, let me go ahead actually and attack with the Prince, because Leon does have buffs with the Twilight... I thought she did. Crap. That was Miyake's. Never mind. Well, darn it. I will get this right eventually, folks! Alright, well, let me go ahead and use the attacks that I was going to use. And then, yeah, let me do Flowing Sword here for Kyle. Yeah, I guess it will make it more interesting. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and unload, actually, with Vicky. And then, let's see, what do I have with Jean? I have Soaring Bolt. I don't need that. And then, I've got the Lightning Rune with her. Alright, let's see, 1,000 damage to a column. I'm just gonna get that on, nice job, Richard. Just gonna get that on the Sun Rune Incarnation. And yeah, thanks for the, thanks for the support there. I couldn't beat the boss. Oh, crap. Hopefully, though, I mean, it should be okay, I would think. Okay, well, that's not too bad, at least to start with. Now, the problem, of course, is... Oh, sweet! Yes, yes, yes! Vicky chained! Perfect! Dang, I couldn't have asked for a better time for that to happen. Except if I was almost dead at the end. But, you know, still. And the good thing about chain magic is... Well, I think it only takes one usage, actually, if the chain initiates. So, yeah, that definitely helps in regards to doling out damage, certainly. Okay, yeah, that's where things get a little bit hairy. The actual attacks of the Incarnation itself. How much HP did the boss have? I don't know. The strategy guide that I'm using actually does not say. Alright, now, this is what I'm waiting for. Using the creation magic. That is a combination of the Prince and Leon, and it is incredible. So, I'm going to go ahead and start using that, especially since Richard is, well, very much down. So, we shall see. Alright, now, of course, Richard from here on out is going to be a straight attacker. I'm going to go ahead and focus Kyle on that as well, because his Flowing Sword rune with water protection should help out a lot. And then I will keep, for now, I will go ahead and keep Vicky and Jean on attacking detail. Although, their attacks aren't going to do nearly as much as I would like them to, because this boss has pretty good magic defense. Is Vicky the devil? I certainly hope not. Alright, here is the creation magic. I think I'll only be able to use the level 4 creation magic once, because I believe Leon only has one level 4 magic attack, or magic point, I guess. So that's pretty much all there is to that. And that's what I really like about it, the fact that it heals the party. Dang it, Kyle! The fact that it heals the party for 3 9s all the time, which is nice. Okay, now I would have figured, I think the guide that I'm using said that the physical attacks are going to focus on person 2. It's focusing on the prince, which is good, because I've got all the sun equipment on him, and his defense and everything are just sky high. But still, Okay, that's just going to keep doing that, so... Alright. We'll just have to use another... I think the create magic from here on out is going to be a little bit less. Let me see what I can do here. Oh, I can use another level 4. Nice! Well, apparently my level's high enough to use it twice. I didn't really realize that. Alright, come on, Kyle. Don't screw me over this time, huh? Alright, let's see. Alright, explosion, and alright, that's going to be restoration. So I'm going to focus more right now on physical damage, or magic damage, simply because the Prince and Leon, their attack is healing. So hopefully that will continue that route for a while, at least for a pretty good portion of the time. I gotta say, I think this is the most nervous, I guess, that I've been for my streams, because when I streamed, there you go, Kyle, when I streamed the Wild Arms finale, granted I had issues because I couldn't get the chat on screen. It was the first time I'd tried to do that, but I was so basically overpowered in the final battle of Wild Arms that I just didn't really fear failing, I guess. That's the thing, is I'm hoping I don't lose. Because I would feel a little... Oh, that's no good. I would feel a bit... I would feel a bit awkward if I lost this final battle, being the level that I am and being equipped as I am. I should be in pretty good shape, and this is gonna hurt. Yep. Okay. Well, definitely gonna need to use another attack, or another creation attack. I should be... Yeah, I'm done with level 4, so we're going to be shifting to level 3 from here on out. It's not going to heal as much, obviously, as the level 4s did. There's pretty much no way that's possible. But it should still keep everything in play as far as healing goes. But at least we'll see, anyway. Don't jinx myself. That's true. Yeah, I have no intention of jinxing myself. I don't know. I'm just saying what's on my mind, I guess. For whatever that's worth, I suppose. Alright, 900 damage. Oh, I wish I wasn't divided. Oh well. Still will be better than it would be with slower. Nice. With slower, or not slower, less powerful attacks. Took a bunch of mages, equipped a couple of cyclone runes. Wow. Yeah, that would work pretty well. That's one thing I was hoping to be able to go back and... Okay, yeah, it's just 300. That's one thing I was hoping to be able to fix up off camera, was the room setup and everything. But basically, once you start getting people into that final room, you can't go anywhere. You can't teleport out. You can't leave the place. So it's just something that you had to deal with, I guess. Okay, now if the Incarnation could stop using that super attack for a while, I think we might be alright. And that didn't really hurt much at all. Darn it. But, alright, the super attack is pretty much... Wow. Thank you? I appreciate it. That was... I didn't quite necessarily... Blah. I didn't quite think that was actually gonna do what I told you to do, but thank you. Even the final boss bows to my wishes. Mwahaha. Okay, not really, but still. It was a bit of fun anyway. Alright, let's see. Yeah. What does Kyle stuff even do? Oh, why am I not using this? Ah, I should have used that to begin with. Alright, let's go ahead and continue, I think, with the rest of it, and then... yeah, I guess we'll just keep going the usual tack. What happens if the Prince and Leon die? They get replaced by other characters. Richard! How dare you? They get replaced by other characters in the entourage, but it makes the game a lot rougher, especially because the first two characters that are in my retinue to replace them would be Zarase and... let's see, Varase and Levi. So that would be bad, just saying. I mean, because then they would be up front, and my mages would be complete paper. I mean, that's all I gotta say. It would be bad. It would be awful. They'd probably go down in a turn or two, actually. Did I just do it? I just did it! Holy crap! I honestly thought the battle was gonna be a lot harder than that. Okay.
That's strange. I can't move. I'm sorry, Prince. I'll just need some rest. Oh, Prince, why are you looking at me like that? Don't you know it's finally over? Let's go home, okay? The princess is waiting for you, just like before. You, the princess, everybody.
Leon! Now, this is of course part of the final ending, one of many that I could get. Since I have the 108 stars, I should be okay though. And thank you, Boosh. And hi, Leon's ghost. Sort of. Agreed, it really was. I figured, oh god, that boss. But yeah, I figured there'd be more, maybe explosions? Or something happening. Mama! Daddy! And Saya leads. Although I do have to wish that there was spoken dialogue during this. It just, I think to me it would have made it a lot better. And, oh, hello, Gazelle. Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever, but hello, Gazelle. And Marskell, who is now properly dead too, apparently. And I don't remember you or you. Sorry, guys. Hey, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, y'all are dead too, Zahak and Alenia. And apparently they've all gotten their senses. So I guess they're all proud of us. Yay! We beat the Sun Rune! We made it better, I guess. I hope. So, yay! We got the good ending, so we get Leon back. Woohoo!
just fine.
That is also the power of the sun.
Hey, it's Leknot!
The sun moon can be a fearful light of destruction, but it can also be a source of mercy that fosters life. Both the dawn moon and the twilight moon determine how the power of the sun moon manifests itself. You united the hearts of those guided by the stars and gave proper form to the destiny of the three runes. Now the sun moon will surely become a light that will bless the future of this land.
Well, that's good because, well, mostly it's just been used to try to kill the land, but, you know. I do like the idea that the Dawn Rune and Twilight Rune are controls on the Sun Rune. It really makes sense given that those two are, I think, child runes of the Sun Rune. So it would make sense that they would be restraints. And I do have to say, this is the only time I have ever seen, well, a legislative body voluntarily accepting its dissolution, except actually for the National Assembly at the beginnings of the French Revolution. But that's just me being a history teacher. Alrighty, let's see. So, the Senate's gone away. Limslea's happy because now she gets to be queen with no blocks on her authority. Oh, never mind. I guess there is. Replacing the Senate with a parliament of representatives from each town. Well, that'll work. That sounds like hard work. Yeah, well, Raja, you know, you've been one of our more steadfast allies, so I figure you could probably do a little bit more before going into retirement. Or you could just hand the keys over to, what's her nut? Loon and Lug's mother. Kisara, that's it. They're Falanans, dang it, so they're going to take part, because we've got the beavers, we've got the dragon horses, we've got everything else, so those dwarves can just take their shovels and, well, yeah. Oh, we can't forget the princess's official coronation ceremony. Didn't they already have one? It doesn't have to be a big whoop. Yeah, it does. You're being crowned Queen of Felina. There has to be a big party. And we get Armes on our side too, which is interesting given that Armes is always represented as the bad guys throughout almost the entire game. The Sun Palace must be spotless. Well, it looks pretty good. I think the folks who are cleaning up everything have been doing their job. I mean, I can see reflections on the floor. You know, the windows don't look grimy. Yeah, I think y'all are in good shape. Where is that brother of mine? That's a good question. Where am I?
Are you sure about this? Well then. Looks like I was actually able to keep my promise to Farad.
George, your eye.
Ah, yes. My eye.
It was never really broken.
Well, I was injured in battle long ago, as I said. But I didn't lose my eyesight. I can see just fine.
So why the eye patch?
Just to remind myself to never get overconfident.
Oh, there's my answer.
What? Are you serious? Why didn't you ever tell us?
Don't be mad.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, I've decided to leave Felina.
What? But why all of a sudden?
No matter what the circumstances, the fact remains that I killed the Queen. I can't remain in this country after having committed such an act.
George.
So, what plans do you two have?
Well, I'm glad I get the choice to actually say I'm going to help Lim rebuild, because that means that I actually treated her worth of crap at the beginning of the game. Before, by the way, I started actually using the walkthrough, so good to know I didn't screw up the ending at the beginning.
I see. I'm sure you two are going to do a great job.
George, take care, okay?
Thanks.
And George, if you happen to see some guy wielding a couple of twin weapons in, say, somewhere in Danaan, go help him out, would you? Hee.
All is as it should be.
Yes, I'm sure nothing like that will ever happen again.
Sure.
Indeed.
Wait, Sarase actually laughed? And vanished. That's like her.
And that's all. The policies of the new parliament are supported by the majority of the citizens. I see. Thank you. But there's one more thing. Yes? Among our people, there's an ever-increasing hope that you'll get married soon. It's not easy being so beloved. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Don't be ridiculous. I've decided no more sacred games. I'll choose my own husband. Your Majesty? Anyway, there is no hurry for that. We already have a fine commander of the Queen's Knights. Am I right?
It's a me! And it's a her! So now, Leona's officially a Queen's Knight. She was just a trainee. Yay! So, I guess we get to see all of the stars pop up, and Lucretia sneaks away, which is too bad, because we really needed her advice. Okay, well, I guess, given that this is now all happening, well, I'll give my thoughts on the game and, well, give you guys information, I suppose, as to what I'm going to be doing next. First off, before I really get into anything else, thank you guys for joining me throughout this stream. It's been going for a while, of course, but, no, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun, even with all of the issues that I've had. Alright, so Talgil becomes champion of the Parliament. Wow, okay. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I know, like I mentioned, it's had its ups and downs, but it's been good overall. I really like the game. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I was already playing this privately just because I kind of wanted to, and to some degree because I already knew at that point that I was going to be doing Suikoden 2. I didn't want to ruin the surprise of the plot, of course, because the whole idea behind doing 2 in the first place was to do it blind. But I did want to get a feel for the mechanics and for how the game played. So I was playing this one. I mean, I had already played it and I knew I would enjoy it. But it was, wow, a 3-horned cavalry, or dragon horse. Holy moly. But, you know, I just figured when I was getting ready for the Wild Arms finale that I would end up broadcasting this. And it has worked out quite nicely. Now, as for Lorelei lures him back. Wow. Good job, Killy. But, as far as what I'm going to be doing next, I actually was taking some recommendations at the end of the last at the end of the last stream. Sorry, I'm trying to read Volga's text at the same time. And I did some looking into a couple of the suggestions, and I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to, instead of obviously Suikoden 5, which is now over, I'm going to be playing Legend of Mana. I have done about an hour of it just to get a feel for the game. And I've enjoyed it so far. I haven't obviously gotten very much into it, but I think it's going to be really enjoyable. And as a couple of folks pointed out last time, it gives a good opportunity for people to participate more, as you would generally see in a stream, as opposed to something like this, which I've enjoyed you guys commenting. I've tried to keep up with it, and hopefully y'all have enjoyed it too. But it doesn't leave a lot in the way of you guys shaping the experience so much. It's more of just watching me do stuff. So I wanted to give a little bit more of an opportunity for you guys to help shape what's going on, as well as also it's a bit of a shorter game. So hopefully it won't go on as long stream-wise as this one has. Yeah, I decided to play just a little bit of it to, like I mentioned, to sort of get the feel of it. Just so I want to do it primarily as blind. I've not done very much of it, and I'm going to keep it that way. But I did want to get a feel of it so that I'm not a complete and utter idiot when I play it. So, yeah. Now, that's not to say that there's not going to be goofs and me being a doofus, because, well, as much as I might like to be perfectionist and completionist and get everything and do everything and be awesome at everything, I'm just not. I have my foibles, and they will come out to play, especially in a stream. But at the same time, it should be, it should be pretty fun. It should be good if I don't screw it up too much. Now, one thing I do have a question about is mentioning the Scarlet Moon Empire. Is that the site for Suikoden 1? I know it's not for Suikoden 2, because as far as I'm aware, Suikoden 2 is set mostly in the Danan area, because I've seen it talked about in some of the conversation I've had with NPCs. So I'm curious to see how the Scarlet Moon Empire goes into things. Well, Fuwalu was a really, really old... He was a really, really old beaver, so yeah. Use Nethergate's specimens? Wow. Okay, so he uses their drugs to make less dangerous drugs. Go Murad! I like that. Searches the island nations for a wife, failing to understand that the goal of courtship is tenure, not high turnover. Wow. And then, of course, Hazuki wants to fight Belkut, and Marina wants to, I don't know, just love him, I guess. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good way to point it, to put it, Zelda, if I don't tie my tongue in knots. The prince won! Pay up! As psychic time travels or abuses save states. Okay, so... Alright, Yara and Nellis. Oh, fleas. With Scald Hot on their trail. Yeah, no kidding, they destroyed all the rune shells. Ha! Oh wow, Bergen loses interest in magic? That is interesting, especially since Bergen was all about big magic whenever you put him in the party. Mostly as a treasure hunter, but still. I have to say, to some degree, this ending reminds me of the way that Final Fantasy VI did its ending, because of just it showing all the characters that you have. And now, granted, 6 shows the little scenes with them, of course, but at the same time... Oh god, Zunda scaring men everywhere. At the same time, you do get to see all of the information about how everybody does. Vicky! Who sneezes and teleports away. Doe. And then Cornelio goes off to find the rest of the Do-Re-Mi elves, little realizing that I'm the one that found them for him. Oh, okay, well, now I know. Wow, does a bang-up job with a few glaring exceptions when she just does a bang job, I guess. And Maroon becomes the new leader of the Beavers. Wow, okay. Yep, disappears with Lucretia, and now we know why. Takes the job of hauling Maroon back home every time he runs away. Nice. Oh, okay, so Kisara does end up becoming the leader of Raft Fleet. I was just sort of joking about that, but okay. And Loon becomes the first female cavalry rider. Wow, nice. Falls in love with a chef called Hi-Yo, and then, I guess, runs away. I love it. Chuck becomes the best damn storage guard the Sun Palace has ever had. I like that. And then Egbert, of course, is just eccentric, but we know that already. Wow. Linfa now studies how not to cheat. It's kind of sad that she has to study how not to cheat. And then Phelan follows Phelan, who's looking for Roy. Finds him in training and practically smothers him with care. Nice. Oh, oh, yeah, I don't even remember her name anymore. Oh, God, that's bad. But yeah, the chef's daughter. Wait, Roy? Wow, Roy becomes an actor. Who knew? Cyro finally retires for real. Yeah, it was Shunmin. Thank you. Okay, so now I guess we get the official credits. Yay! But yeah, this has been a really good game. I think just looking at just with the experience of the Suikoden games and just kind of looking at some stuff with the community, although I've tried not to look at too much because I don't really don't want to spoil too. It seems, at least among the majority of the community, and it looks like Caius has a beard there. Wow. But looking at the majority of the community, thanks for coming in, Tree Jam. Good to see you. Glad you were able to make it for the finale. It seems as though the majority of people who've played the Suikoden series have preferred 2 to be their favorite. And then 5 seems to be the second favorite, I believe. At least that's how it seems to me. I don't know, could be wrong. But that's just what I saw when I was looking into some of the opinions of it. And I understand, I think to some degree, at least from what I've played so far in regards to 2, I can understand why that's the case, because 2, to be honest, I think, granted, I mean, according to Zelda's estimation, I've played about a quarter of 2, so I've still got plenty of 2 left. But it seems as though Suikoden 5 just isn't as dramatic, I guess, as 2 has been so far. You don't have a rampaging, insane maniac like Luca Blight running around and destroying everything. You have the Godwins, who, of course, they take over Sulfalena. They kill Arshtot and Farid, and they suborn Zahak and Alenia to their sides. But then, in large part, that's about all that you see Marskal and Gazelle doing. Because they don't really pop up. They just pop up in cutscenes for the rest of the game. They don't do a whole lot personally. It's either Dolph or it's their lieutenants. And that is, I don't know. It just didn't move me, I guess, as much. I think I've gotten more emotional mileage out of 2 than I did out of replaying 5. Because I don't believe I beat 5 when I played it the first time. I would remember this if I had, and I don't remember it. So, yeah. All I could really say right now, Boosh, as far as 2 is, again, I haven't played all of it, clearly, but I can already pretty highly recommend it, just from my experience so far. It's got some things I wish it did better, the major battles being the chief of them. But all the same, so far, it's been really good, and I hope it continues in that vein. From what I've seen, just from at least the folks who are commenting on my Let's Play, what they've mentioned, I expect it is going to continue to be as good, if not better. So, at least that's really all I can say in regards to that. And I guess we get to see all of the 108 stars just kind of floating by. So, Pokemon, you got one last look at Cathari before she floated off into the ether. Literally, it looks like. And then Chisato and her puppets. Hopefully it's not going to be the last one. Please, no. Excuse me. Okay, good. Not. Hello, Levi. And then Bergen. And that's the 2, Byakuren and Gino. And then Retso and Shunmin, I would expect. At least it looks like her. Then you've got Nakia and Eresh. And then Gavaya, bleh, one of the few characters I refuse to play. That is Egbert, then Linfa, and Isato, I think. Then you've got Map Guy, can't remember his name. Then you've got Alhazad, or Alhazred, then Armor Guy, and then Appraiser Guy, and then Belcoot, and Marina. And then you've got Hazuki, I think. Then Zigai, of course, who we saw close to the beginning. Shun, who we also saw close to the beginning. Then Leknot, who's not officially a member anyway, but there's Zerase, Xeris. I can't tell who that is. Then, okay, it's the Lord Lake folks. Yeah, don't remember your name. Don't remember your name either. That's Gabon, I think. And then Blacksmith Guy. And then, I don't remember who that is. And then freaking Zweig. I wish I didn't remember who that was. And then Lorelei. And Killy. So we've got the Ruins folks. Then Jean, of course. Gratuitous Jean shot. Vicky. And George. Who could forget George? And I don't remember who that is. Bernadette. Then, that's not Yaranellis. No, I don't remember who they are either. Then you've got Boz, of course. I can't even tell who that person is either. Then you've got, dang it, Cavalry Guy. And then Kyle and Miyakis. Shula. And that's Nifsara, Tattoo Lady. And then Sharmista, the replacement for Cyaleeds. And I can't tell who that is. Or them. Oh, okay. Now we've got the off characters, I guess. We've got the Barrows, Solomon Urim, and then Lucerina. Then Chuck, our storage guy. Then we've got, that's one of the generals. Or, yeah, we've got the 2 generals here, major generals. Then you've got Kilderic, bleh. And Dolph, bleh. Then Alenia and Zahak. Yep, figured Zahak would be going shortly after. Marskal. And then Giselle. And Calamari Guy. Cyaleeds and Arshtot. Farid should be coming after. Nope, Limslea is coming after. then Farad. Okay, there we go. George again, I guess, because he just gets double billing. And Leon. And, of course, me! Oh, well, I kind of figured the credits were actually done. Oh, well. Well, not the final laugh. It looks like there's a little bit more to the credits. Although I don't anticipate there's going to be too much more, I would expect. Because it's showing all the fancy slogan, or all the fancy brand images. So I would gather that we're getting close to the end of the credits. I would hope so, because they've been fairly okay as far as length. But yeah, companies I've never heard of, so I can't help you with them. I'm guessing they're just going to be. I'm guessing they're just going to continue on, as far as all of these groups and folks. I think the longest credits I've seen for a game is probably. Oh God, probably I would expect Xenosaga 3. The end of the trilogy. Oh, those credits take forever. Then, of course, a name that hopefully we're familiar with, given that it is Konami who made the game. Drat you, Konami! Why is there not a Suikoden 6? Why can't you get off your collective tookuses and, do something about it? Oh yeah, Hudson, makers of all sorts of 80s games mostly. Alright, so I think with this we can save. Oh, you liar. Why is it saying I have no memory card? There we go, thank you. Alright, so we can save and create ourselves clear data that I could use to replay Suikoden 5 whenever I wish, and pretty much just rip it to shreds if I wanted to. But, well, now I guess that's basically it, because I ain't got anything else to do. So, thank you guys for tuning into the stream, and I'm going to move to the continue screen just to not let it reloop the opening anymore. And, well, I guess when we come back in next week for the Saturday stream, I will begin going through Legend of Mana. Of course, tomorrow night I will be playing another episode of Castlevania, and I expect I will be, if not finishing the initial castle, I'll be getting close to it, because I'm at 75-something%. So, yeah, it'll be fun. I had a lot more fun last time than I did the week before, so I'm a little more confident that I'll actually be able to do stuff right. So, alrighty, well, thank you guys for coming in. Hope you have a good Saturday. I'm going to be getting ready for work soon. Bleh. And I will see you guys in Sanctuary or on my videos or what have you. So I will see you guys wherever